Hi everyone, this is Ed from Demon Speed Motorsports, here to talk to you today about one of our products. It is the nitrogen transfer hose. Now, the nitrogen transfer hose does pretty much what it sounds like it does. We at Demon Speed will take our bottle cart and a smaller bottle to the racetrack. What we've got here is our bottle cart with a 125 cubic foot tank on it. But back at the shop here, we do have larger nitrogen bottles that we store or use for our in-house use. What that allows us to do is, once we've used the smaller bottle, rather than running back over to the Airgas or whatever gas company you have local to you, we can just transfer some of the pressure of nitrogen from a larger tank to a smaller tank and keep on going back and forth until we need to really go over and get some additional nitrogen than we have now. So the way that this works is, you can see I've got them hooked up between the two of them, and you can open the valve on either tank really, but I always like to open the valve on the larger tank, because then I can see exactly how much pressure is in the larger tank. Then I can open the valve on the smaller tank, and you can hear the sound of the nitrogen being transferred from really one tank to the other, depending on which one has more nitrogen in it. Now, that's going to deplete some of the nitrogen out of the larger tank. What we just had was, we had about 1,800 psi in the larger tank, and now we're down to about 1,500 psi in the larger tank, and they've equalized. So both tanks have about 1,500 psi. When they start out, they have about 2,000, 2,100 psi in them. But as you transfer or use some of the pressure from the large tank, it's going to come down some. So now that we've done the transfer, we've closed the valves on both of the tanks, we need to purge the nitrogen out of the hose, or else we won't be able to undo these fittings. Or if we do undo the fittings, we can harm the O-rings or get hit in the face with the blasted nitrogen. Nobody wants that. So I release the pressure inside the hose itself, and then I can take both of these fittings off. And while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, I've had this at the track before, and we've had high usage on our little bottle, or God forbid, we've forgotten to fill it up. And I run around like I'm going to the neighbors for a cup of sugar and with my transfer hose, and gotten some more nitrogen from some of the other guys at the track. But this is it. That's all it is. That's all the more that you have to put in your toolbox than you had before. The Demon Speed nitrogen transfer hose.